Okay, Lisa.
Okay, hello.
Yours.
My name is Dr. Lisa Shatz, and I teach electrical engineering at this school, Benjamin Franklin Cummings Institute of Technology. And we're not such a well-known program. So there's a lot of opportunities there. We have a scholarship program that a lot of people don't know about. And so we're trying to spread the word as best as we can. And we have one of my students now, a freshman, Rudy Garcia, we'll talk a little later. He can tell you about his experience. But I'm going to share my screen to give you the overview of our program and to tell you about Power Engineering Day, which is this Friday. So if you're interested in this program, you should come to Power Engineering Day, and I'll put in the chat the sign-up sheet. And so I'm going to get started. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and then I'll start my PowerPoint. Okay, share screen. And my PowerPoint is right here. And I guess I'll go to slideshow and see if this works from beginning. You probably don't see it. I think it's backwards, right? My slideshow.
No, I can see it right.
No, we can see it the right way.
Oh, you see it the right way. Okay, good. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay. All right. So that you can pay attention to what I'm about to say, I'll tell you how long it is. Try to pay attention to things. So it's good to know what's coming up next. So I'm going to give you a brief introduction about our program, and I'm going to tell you about our scholarship program, which is funded by the National Science Foundation. It's called an STEM program, and with the STEM program, which is worth up to $10,000 a year, and if you're eligible for Pell Grants and Mass Grants, that covers most, if not all, tuition. Our job placement is excellent. And I'll talk a little bit about alumni and some students about the scholarship program. I'll talk about the faculty, admissions, and Power Engineering Day. Okay. All right. So we offer a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering. It's a 4-year program. We emphasize electric power in our curriculum because that branch of electrical engineering needs a lot more electrical engineers. So they asked us to emphasize electric power. My alumni came to us to ask us to do that, and we did. And when I say alumni, I have alumni from Suffolk University. We moved our program from Suffolk University to Benjamin Franklin in 2017. So that's why we're fairly new in Benjamin Franklin. We were well established at Suffolk, and so that's why we need more people to know about us. We also emphasize computer engineering because a lot of our students want to go into computer engineering. But even though we emphasize electric power and computer engineering, you could go into any type of electrical engineering field with our program because we have all the fundamentals. Electrical engineering is a very, very broad field. Anything that has some electrical part of it needs electrical engineers to develop the system, to test it, and to fix it. So and to sell it. So there's a lot of jobs for electrical engineers, and it's a very broad field. So our faculty, we're from MIT and Cornell. We have 3 full-time faculty. Me and my colleague, Craig Christensen, we went to MIT, and my other colleague, Greg Sonic, has a PhD from Cornell. And another thing is we are an accredited program where it's called ABET accreditation. You might not have heard of it, but this is a gold standard, which means that we are as good as an electrical engineering program, as you'd find. We're just as good as any electrical engineering program in the area. You could compare us with Wentworth and with BU and Northeastern and MIT. I went to MIT. We're not the same program as MIT, but you could graduating with a degree from our school, you could go to graduate school at MIT if you do very well. So we have a high quality program. We're student centered. There's a high faculty to student ratio. We have student coaches. I already talked about comparing well to other Massachusetts programs. So small class sizes. We're less. One key big difference is we're a lot less expensive than the other schools. And if you get into the scholarship program, it's nearly free. And compared to UMass, we have about the same tuition, but we have smaller class. If you don't have the scholarship, you would pay tuition, but our class sizes are smaller than UMass class sizes, and we have greater financial aid. So here's the scholarship program. As I mentioned, it provides up to $10,000 per year for 4 years to study with us, and it covers most of tuition if you have Pell and Mass grants as well. So this scholarship program is not just money; it's also activities that will help you succeed in electrical engineering. So some of the activities is a trip to Maine. So that's a picture from a trip to Maine that I made a few years ago. And so we target students in the greater Boston area. Oh, and you have to have financial need. So you can't get the scholarship. You have to have financial need, which practically everybody has. So that's not a big thing. But you also have to have a 2.6 GPA and be able to take college algebra and trig or higher when you enter the program. And we also need an essay from you about your motivation to study electrical engineering. We're accepting applicants for September 2023. Here's how to apply. We can put that in the chat later. And so here, all these guys are my alumni. These two went to Benjamin Franklin and got a degree in electrical engineering. This guy, Danny, he went to Suffolk. So he's a graduate from like 10 years ago, and he loves to hire our students. And in fact, he just hired one of my students, Elton Montrand, has an internship there that starts next week. So he's always asking me for more and more students, and I don't have enough to fill his needs. So here's some ideas. So this is Nat, and actually this is Leacott moved on from this company. He's now at a different company. He works at this Diversified Technologies. And we have another student, Javier. He's not pictured here, but he still works at Syncor. And you can read what their quotes. They said nice things about our program. And Juan Carlos works at Biomed. And this guy, Adam Tonneson, he was in the military and he's a field service engineer. Actually, I think now he's at Raytheon, not Amanda. So I have to update this. And then we have Kalanji, he graduated last year. He works at Phoenix Electric, and so does Claudino. And then we have a student that works at Tesla. Now, he's not an engineer at Tesla, but he's the highest level technician, but he wanted to work at Tesla. So he's getting as much as an engineer gets. And he lives in Houston and he loves his job. Okay, so here is Power Engineering Day. These are pictures from last year's Power Engineering Day. So Power Engineering Day is this Friday. And if you're interested in our program, you should come to Power Engineering Day. And we'll give you pizza, so we feed you too. But we have so far, this should say 150 students. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. Can I go back here? Well, this is a typo. That we actually had 150 Boston Public High School students last year, but this year we should have fewer. It was a bit much. So here's a picture. The whole auditorium was filled, but it was a great day anyway. So we have these companies all have to do with electric power. Some provide the power, some distribute the power, some provide test equipment. So there's National Grid, Eversource, Nexamp does solar energy, ElectroSwitch, all these companies here. And this guy I just mentioned, Elton, he's working at Syncor. That was that other company I showed. And this guy, Claudino, he's going to be at Power Engineering Day on Friday. He just graduated last year. And this guy, Chris, is an alumni from like 5 years ago or something like that. And he works at National Grid, although he didn't at the time. At the time, he worked in Phoenix Electric. Here's another alum, Georgia. She's an alum from like 20 years ago, but she works at Black and Veatch, and this is our colleague, and this is all the students. And it's a really great event. It's just very, very interesting. One student, high school student, said we got to see how engineering works in real life and how it will look like when it becomes a job. So students really liked it. And so in summary, we have this excellent program. We need students. We have a scholarship. We have features that will help you succeed that other schools don't. And if you're, and electrical engineering is a very broad field. So even if you thought, you didn't know much about electrical engineering, or maybe you're thinking mechanical, but if you do electrical, you could do grad school mechanical if you want to. There's more opportunities in electrical than in mechanical, but you certainly can do any, you can work as a mechanical engineer as well. If you do electrical, but electrical is really, I think, for me, I think it's where it's at, because it's just so broad. All right, so I'm gonna end my my talk here, and I'll stop sharing my screen. And oh, here is let me put this in the chat though. Here's the sign up for Power Engineering Day here. So I'll just put that in the chat. And yeah, you should come to Power Engineering Day. It has a lot more information than I'm going to give you tonight. So I'm going to put that in the chat. And that's all I have to say.
Earlier, you also have a link on your PowerPoint says applying for National Science Foundation scholarship link.
Yeah, should I put that in the chat as well?
Oh, sure.
I didn't know if you had something, but yeah, I'll go put that in the chat. So let me go get that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, just getting the link. All right, so this link didn't work. Let me try this link. All right, my link is old. Min, my link is old. Do you have a link?
I don't have the link for the scholarship thing, but we have the information on our website.
I'll go look for a link here. Yeah. But anyway, in the meanwhile, why don't we talk? Anybody
Yes.
have any questions? Or
Questions.
yeah, I could also ask Rudy to talk too. Oh, Rudy, you could only type. All right.
While you're thinking of your questions, I can add something about admissions. So Professor mentioned like how we evaluate your transcript to decide whether you are a good candidate for this program. We pay attention to your math because this program has a lot of math, and we do want to make sure you are ready at least for college level, college algebra and trigonometry, which is not the first math in this program yet. It's like one math below. So that means if you are in MA 120 college algebra and trigonometry, your first semester, you're taking this math to build up your math skill. Then the second semester, you'll be in your first math for electrical engineering. So some of you may heard from your admissions counselor why we couldn't accept you right away.
All right, I have a link where it has information about applying. So I'm going to put that in the chat. And Rudy said something in the chat too. Should I read it?
Sure.
Okay. The program has been very rewarding personally. Coming from a low and complacent family, I'm very appreciative of this opportunity I've been given to get a degree in electrical engineering for a very low cost. The networking, social, and academic benefits that the program provides is very amazing, and you learn a lot about the field you want to work in engineering, because it's very broad, and what kind of work ethic you're willing to output. when learning all the fundamentals of electrical engineering. I'm personally still figuring out what kind of field to work in, but I want to do what I want to do, but the journey getting there has been very fulfilling. Okay, so I put that in the chat. I wonder, Rudy, maybe could I call you up and maybe they could hear your voice on the phone? What do you think? Is that a crazy idea?
He said he cannot talk.
Because I really want to hear from Rudy if that's possible. All right, Rudy, I'm calling you up.
Please leave your message
No.
for.
All right, never mind. So let me just say, it's just very loud in your home. Sorry. Okay, I understand. So so there are things that we've done that that are fun, like Rudy and other students went to a banquet that was from the IEEE Power and Energy Society. So they got to interact with all these established engineers and they got to ask them lots of questions. And they got to hear talks about solar energy and how renewables are coming along. And the students, found it really interesting. We also went to hear talks, technical talks by engineers. They were given at Wentworth, which is a short distance from Benjamin Franklin, and there was free pizza. So so we go on trips. We went on a trip to Maine, which was a lot of fun. So if you come and you're in the scholarship program, you'll get to go to a trip to Maine before you start. And the students all really liked it. And yeah, I want to hear from, maybe you guys could just introduce yourselves and say what high schools or colleges you're coming from. Yeah. So Rudy said the amount of pizza you get is very amazing. It's true. We're always giving students pizza as much as we can.
Feel free to unmute yourself and introduce yourself. You can also turn on your camera. Our group is very shy.
This is a shy group. Yes, indeed.
So here in our college, we are very small college. Class is small. We are really like a community. I remember Rudy. He's admissions counselor. I couldn't remember. I admitted him, like we worked together during pandemic. I was working from home. I don't know how many times I called him, emailed him, I followed up him, asked him to do the essay and apply for the National Science Foundation Scholarship. We also have another scholar, David
Calixty.
Yeah, so David is also National Science Foundation Scholar, and he's working for student affairs right now as work study. He always stops by in our office. We all know him. I know all his story. And we also have Kevin Bolin. He's also a scholar, and I got to know him when he was high school student working in our admissions office. So all these examples just tell you how community this college is. We're very close.
All right. Well, I hope you guys aren't nervous because really there's nothing to be nervous about. We're more like a family kind of program.
I can introduce myself.
Good.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Carly. I started my education at Boston University, actually. I've done about 2 years of credits in biomedical engineering, and now I've just recently taken a break from undergraduate studies, and I want to transferred to electrical and started Benjamin Franklin Cummings. So I'm really excited. I don't think I'm gonna start with a full course load. I'm gonna work my way in because I have other employment on the side, but I'm excited to take a class or two to start off with and get to know everyone. So
That's
thank you so much
wonderful.
for your presentation.
And I'm glad you're starting off with a few courses, because that's the challenge that students have, is they think they could go full-time working, full-time student, and it doesn't work. You can't do it. You can't do it. So some students learn the hard way. Some students listen to what, the professors say. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes. And
True.
yeah, so Carly, so I'm really excited to see you come September. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and I'll be there on Friday too. So.
Oh, wow, terrific. Yeah, so I'll say hello.
Awesome.
That's great. So I hope all of you could come Friday. It's a really fun event. Okay, anybody else? If you were my students, really, I'd call on you. You don't have to ask a question. You could just introduce yourselves and say what high school you go to or college.
So hello, my name is Johan Hernandez. I'm coming from Margarita Muñiz Academy from Jamaica Plain. So I did 2 years of junior and senior year. Before that, I did the rest in my country, Dominican Republic. And I started studying a year ago computer science, right? But I decided to change my mind to electrical engineer because basically my dad was one, and I like to learn about cameras because I work at Blink by Amazon, and basically I deal with a lot of engineers, cameras testing, and basically that's all.
Yeah. So were you at Benjamin Franklin studying computer science?
I just did a few weeks and I just stop it.
Okay. Yeah, so we'd love to have you in our program. As I said, it's a great field. The only thing is you have to work, you have to work hard. There's no getting around it. But we're there to help you. So we want to keep you. We'll provide all the support we can.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So for instance, right now, I asked one of our industrial partners if he knew of a tutor, like if he had retired engineers. And so just one of his engineers just volunteered, and we're not paying him to be a tutor. So he just met with my students today. He has to review all these things he hasn't looked at in a while, but he likes the material. So yeah, we get tutors from the field. A lot of our tutors are upper class students too. And we have money to pay tutors. So and of course your professors are always available too. Anybody else want to introduce themselves? Don't be shy. It actually helps not being shy. Because when you're shy, you don't ask questions when you don't understand them. The important thing is not to be embarrassed. Always ask the question if you don't understand, even if you think, oh, it's a stupid question. You should always ask it. There are no stupid. The only stupid questions are the questions not asked. You always feel comfortable. You should never be so shy that you don't ask questions. Okay, I have something else I could show you. Want to see a movie?
Yes.
I have a movie of alumni. We had an event like this last year, and but it wasn't. It was actually for Blossom Public Schools. It was their apprenticeship program, but it was recorded. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. You'll see a movie of some alumni. What do you think? Sounds
Good.
good? All right. So I'm going to share my screen, share the sound, optimize for video clip, I guess. Share. And then I got to go find it. I think it's over. Let's see. Oh no, it's not in downloads. Hold on. I had it open, but maybe I closed it. One second. So, oh, here it is. All right. So why don't you hear this guy? Do you see him? Claudino? You can see him okay?
Yes.
All right. So let me get to the beginning of Claudino's talk. Okay. That's me from last year. Be a student. You're now a senior. So Claudino was a
Yes,
senior, but
hello,
now he's
everyone.
working in industry.
I'm Claudino Teixeira, and I'm a senior at BFIT, and I graduated from Burke High School in 2019, and 2 years later, and I'm already a senior. And it's like, it is a great opportunity for all of you that are willing to pursue a degree, and especially the early access to college for all the Boston Public School students. And also the tuition-free stuff that always going on the BPS, and it's a really good opportunity for all of you. Like, just take advantage of it and get enrolled into college. And in my case, it's been like such a good experience, being like learning a lot through all this year, and having done an internship with Phoenix Electric. It was a great opportunity for me, learning like stuff that engineers have to know, like for the daily basis. And I would encourage like all of you that are willing to pursue a career, just jump in and get a degree.
So he graduated early because he started Benjamin Franklin while he was still in high school. And he had this tuition-free program, but the STEM scholarship also gives you, I don't know if it's nearly tuition-free, but it's very close to tuition-free. I think for some students, it's completely tuition-free. Any questions? I have other alumni you could hear from if you want. I don't know if you want to hear. Well, Claudino was not yet graduated. So he graduated last year. And then even though he did an internship at Syncor, at Phoenix Electric, he worked at Syncor, but only for a few months, because then Phoenix Electric really wanted to hire him. So they offered him this amazing salary. So he switched from Syncor. He now works at Phoenix Electric, and he's going to be at Power Engineering Day, so you could ask him questions about his job. If you want to hear from other alumni who are working at different companies, why don't you raise your hands? Do you know how to raise your hand? It's one of these reactions. I guess people don't want to hear from another alumni. Oh, okay. Darnell Snowers. Okay. All right. I'll go get another alumni. So just give me a. Oh, okay. All right. So yes. All right. So let's go hear another alumni. So let me share my screen. Share, and let me go find another alumni. All right. So this is Jorge. So he works at Eversource, so you could hear what he has to say. Here, I'll just start with. Oh, and that's Diego. We might as well start with Diego. He also works at Eversource. And another thing is, you make friends in college, and they could stay with you for the rest of your life. So Jorge and Diego are friends. And Diego was working at this company, and he didn't like it. And Jorge helped him switch to Eversource.
And he's finishing up his
at his senior project, so it'll be done. And so I'm done. So now I'd like to start with our alumni of the program, and they could tell you about whatever it is they want to talk about. I hope they mention something about the NSF program that they were part of. So who would like, anyone who wants to talk from our alumni, just chime in. And if you don't chime in a second, I'll call on someone.
I can go first.
Okay, thanks, Diego.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diego Mendoza. I'm 27 years old, and I graduated from Brighton High School in 2012. So after high school, I joined the electrical engineering program, and after 4 short years, I got my bachelor's in 2016, and I was ready to start my career. I've been working in the power industry for 5 years, and it's been an amazing experience. And I'll tell you in a second why it's been an amazing experience and why you would want to pick this path. But I just want to know that all of this was only possible with the scholarship program. And here's the truth: many people have to pave their own roads, and that's because they refuse to ask for help. You don't have to. It's there. The road is ready for you. You just have to be willing to walk it. And in a few years, you can be here in my position, guiding younger students that will be in your shoes. So take advantage of this opportunity. This is for you. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of good options out there, but this is why this is the best option for you, right? So let's get it out of the way. It pays well. I'm sure a lot of students, when I was in your seat, I would go to career fairs and wonder how much they make. This job pays well. All the interns, this is the only field that I know that all the interns are paid interns. And if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, the entry-level job was like $70,000 a year. When I started back in 2016, it was $60,000, right? So we need the people that are willing to pay. This is a big industry. But to my next point, this is a challenging career, challenging job, right? So this is where rubber meets the road. And this is the reason why you study in general, right? So you want to be able to tackle different problems where you need a solution. The fact that it's challenging means that there's room for growth within the field that you pick. So notice I'm not talking specifically about my job because this would vary. And once you pick a role that you want to take in the power industry, there's so many more options you can go from there. So this is not a pick one option. You're all said. You open one door and you'll find you have 100 more doors you can pick from. So the growth potential is there for you. And just want to know that this is also, aside from being challenging, it's very rewarding to know you help a community, to know that you were able to solve a problem that no one else could, right? Or to know that you can have a single job and support your family, right? So I'll say this one more time. Take advantage of this opportunity because this is for you. If you're here, it's because someone cares about you. They want you to succeed. Do it for your mom, for your dad, for your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, or even your teachers, right? They all believe in you and you can do it. So make them proud.
Right. So that was Diego. As they said, he graduated like 6 years ago. He's doing really well. And I like hearing from my students. They tell me sometimes when they bought a condo and life milestones, which is possible with this major. Anybody else? Nelson?
Hi, my name is Nelson. I am the admissions counselor at Franklin Cummings. It's a pleasure to be here. But yeah, I will be at the Power Engineering event. And I don't have any questions at the moment, but yeah, I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. And thank you for having us.
And now, do you want to introduce yourself too? Thank you, Nelson.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Darnell Stowers, admissions counselor at Franklin Cummings Tech. I'm also excited to be here and just to hear different perspectives of students that are alumni, and actually excited to hear from you guys to see what it is that you guys are interested in doing for your futures. So, definitely unmute and be unshy for a quick moment and give us some feedback about what it is that you're interested in pursuing at our college.
And come to our Friday's Power Engineering Day.
Yeah, that's you'll get the best idea of
Yeah.
what it's like to be a student and what it's like to work as an electrical engineer in electric power from Power Engineering Day. So you don't have to work in electric power. Not all our graduates do. You could go the biomedical route. There's plenty of electrical engineers who work in biomedical engineering, but power engineering is a great option as well. Okay, so if there are no more questions,
We gave you 10 minutes back.
I mean, I have more alumni if you want to hear more
I think-
alumni.
I think we can just invite everybody to come Friday. Okay, Lisa, what time they should be there?
9:15.
9:15, everyone.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
great.
Oh, one student just
there's
got
someone
here.
too. Okay. Oh, but he's not here anymore.
Okay.
That was brief.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I'll
Thank
see you
you.
Friday.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you both so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kylie. See you Friday.
See you
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.